Hello guys, and welcome back to another video in our Tuesday series, which we're kind of expanding to more an entertainment theme than just a movie theme, because as you probably can tell by the title, today isn't really about movies or even series, but you know, it's still a really fascinating topic. It's still going to be a lot of fun. So in my opinion, today's going to be a little bit different than our regular ranking from least to most favorite. The list we're going to give is just 5 people that we admire, not necessarily in a particular order or most favorite or least favorite. It's just going to be the 5 people that we think, you know, has really got it going on right now. So as you can see by the title, we're doing our top 5 wrestlers today, and my brother is actually a really big wrestling fan. We used to watch it together when we were both still in school, but we kind of stopped watching it. Not really stopped, just didn't have much time to watch it anymore, but we've kind of fallen back in love with it over the last couple of years. So I figured this would be a fun one for both of us. So we're gonna do top 5 male and top 5 female wrestlers that we really like, and I really think this is going to be very different because we like different styles. So you know, I think this is going to be really fun. So I don't know, maybe we should just name our top 5 and then discuss, and then move on to the other category, or yeah, because I don't want to just one by one. So do you want to start? Let's start with your top 5 male wrestlers that you really like right now. We obviously took it more from our era of wrestling, not the
Undertaker and all those.
Yeah, so we're kind of talking from the perspective of our era of wrestling. So just a bit there. Okay, so top 5 males. Who do you really like right now?
Okay, so I actually had a tough time making this list because there's a lot of wrestlers I do like, and to narrow it down to 5 is like almost like an impossible task. But you know, I did manage to pick 5, and the 5 that I took, I'm going to list it from number 1 to number 5. My favorite of all time is Jeff Hardy. He's just, I like the high flyers. He just takes risks, and you know, who doesn't like someone who takes risks? I like John Morrison's my second. You know, he's very trained in parkour. He can handle himself around the ring, and he can make other people look good, and he just has that parkour style, and parkour is one of my favorite sports. Not that I can do it, but you know, it's just I like the flips that they do. They're so creative in what they're doing, and that's why John Morrison's my number 2, sorry. And obviously John Cena's for number 3.
I'm sensing a theme with the J's. Jeff, John.
Yeah, I only realized it when I made the list. I said, oh shucks, wow. Only J's there. But obviously number 3 is John Cena. I mean, John Cena is I grew up watching him. He's just a killer with the roasts. He can roast you. He's strong. He can do a double AA with 2 people on top. I mean, that's how strong he is. He's just an amazing wrestler, and he's also one of the safest wrestlers according to WWE.
I didn't know that, but cool.
And who doesn't like Rey Mysterio? I mean, he's a short guy.
As a short person, I have to love him because short people represent. Am I right?
Yeah. So yeah, and Rey Mysterio is always fighting. You know, like doesn't matter if there's a 7-foot monster inside the ring, he's always there prepared to take him down. You know, he might not have the weight and all that, but he uses his in-ring knowledge to maneuver around his opponent. And last of the number 5, my number 5 is Ricochet. I really like he's very athletic. I mean, he can do amazing flips. He can do amazing things around the ring, and he's just incredibly strong for his size. And I just like his wrestling style quite a lot, and obviously his theme song. It's quite nice.
So clearly the theme with him is the high flyers, but I kind of knew that already because that is really the type of things he likes in wrestlers, and it's pretty cool because some of the things they do, if done wrong, can be very, very dangerous. So you know, you've got to respect them for that. So my list is a little different because it is more, I would say, power wrestlers, but there are one or two that can also do the high flying things. Okay. Now, I did say this isn't really from most favorite to least favorite, but I had to put one person at the top because my favorite of all time, now known as Jon Moxley. So I'm just gonna put that out there. He is really good. He is good with promos. He's good on the mic. He's good in the ring, and he just doesn't stop. He'll be bleeding from his face, and he will not stop. And I think that his main goal is to entertain people, which is why he has achieved the success that he has. He knows that, you know, the only reason he can do this is because of the people, and he wants to really entertain those people. So he had to just be at my top because I've followed him all the way back from 2012 till now. It's just, okay, so that done, I will continue with the rest of my list. Well, technically second on my list, like I said, no specific order, Kenny Omega. For those of you who watch AEW or who watched New Japan back in the day, he is really an all-rounder. He's got the strength, and he's got also the high-flying ability, because with some of the stunts he does, I mean, he's pretty cool. So he's cool, kind of an all-rounder, okay? He does everything. And as you all know, he is currently, while we're making this video, still AEW champion. I know Revolution is going on Sunday, the 7th of March, so who knows what's going to happen there. But as we're making this video, he's still the champion, so let's see what happens. I know my two favorites are fighting for that championship, so I'll be happy with whoever wins. Okay, and then, as we know him, the GOAT, greatest of all time, Chris Jericho. I had to put him in there because he's just been wrestling since, I think, before I was born, and he's still doing it, and he's still amazing. He reinvents himself every single time, and he just gets better with age, like a fine wine, one would say.
And he has a band, don't forget about that.
Oh yes, and he likes music. He is good with music, so he is a really well-rounded character. Okay, I almost forgot about that portion. Yeah, so Chris Jericho, greatest of all time, he had to be on my list. And then, okay, so it's not just about the accent. I'm just putting it out there, but the accent helps. Drew McIntyre.
Of course.
So we've just spoken about reinventing, and he probably had one of the biggest reinventions of all time. If you remember old school Drew McIntyre compared to who he is now, that is just a glow up of epic proportions, not just physically, because but his wrestling, I feel like, has also bettered a lot. His wrestling style is really good now, and he kind of, found himself and who he wanted to be in wrestling. So, and he's Scottish, which that accent, not everyone's cup of tea, but definitely my cup of tea. Okay. And then finally, last one on my list, someone he probably will like because he is sort of known as a high flyer, Finn Balor. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that is his.
I think it's Balor, maybe.
Balor.
But who cares?
I don't have the Irish accent or whatever it is. But I know he's mostly on NXT now, but he was on Raw for a bit. And the first match, not the first match, but one of my favorite matches that I watched with him is the very first match for the Universal title between him and Seth Rollins. And he dislocated his shoulder in the middle of the match, but still continued fighting and actually won, which I think is just such a... It's amazing, okay? If you dislocate your shoulder and still continue to win...
That would be painful.
And yeah, so that is when I started, but he has really upped his game now. Even though he's on NXT, he's really doing things. So I had to put him in there, and he does the high flying stuff. So I figured he would appreciate that portion. So that is kind of my list of my top 5 favorite male wrestlers at the moment. And just to put it out there, this is not taking away from any other wrestlers' talents, because they're all amazing. We're just, talking about the ones that we really, really like, okay? So everyone has different tastes. I'm just saying. I'm not saying the rest of them are bad, okay? Just don't come at me, okay? Just had to put that out there. Okay, do you have any more comments about the male superstars that we just talked about?
Well, it's more like about all superstars in general. It's just it's a tough industry, and people think, oh yeah, it's all fake and that, but it isn't. It's entertainment, and they really do work long hours to perfect every single move, because they do.
And they actually do get injured.
They do get injured in the ring, and it's I think they deserve a lot of respect for what they do. I think of them as professional stuntmen, but then in their own personal movie. It's just
that's how a pretty cool way.
That's how I like to see it. They stuntmen. They actually create their own movie now, and that's quite amazing to me.
Yeah, definitely. So let's move on to our top 5 female wrestlers, and I will give you the floor again. Let's go.
Okay, the females, my number, obviously I also had to choose 5, but one of my favorites is Bailey. I just...
also 2020 Women's Wrestler of the Year, just putting that in there.
And if I'm not mistaken, the longest SmackDown Women's Champion, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure about that one. I haven't.
But she's one of the longest reigning ones.
I'll believe that, because she was champion for quite a while. So,
she was.
So it's definitely possible. So I'll believe it.
Yeah, she's just got a fun personality, and the way she turned, and she just she's quite amazing, and especially the wrestling she's quite good at, but I follow more for the way she speaks and the way she does the promos and all that. So that's what I like. Next one is Dana Brooke. I think a lot of people might think why, but I think she's quite athletic. She's strong.
She used to be a bodybuilder, I think.
Yeah, she used to be a bodybuilder, and you can really see if she flexes that muscles when she does that entrance. I mean, whoa. I mean, I wouldn't mess with her personally, just stay away from me. But yeah, she also does like this acrobatic things, that flips and like back handspring, which I'm very envious of. But yeah, she's amazing in that sense. The next one is Bianca Ballet. She's very athletic, in my personal opinion.
And the hair.
Obviously, you can't forget about the hair.
Definitely not.
I saw this one match where she and Charlotte Flair went at it, and they were like neck and neck. They were doing the same things, and in terms of the athletic abilities, they were just competing for each other, and just that in-ring personality that she has. It's so fun. I don't think even she's a baddie. She's just like a good guy. I don't think she can be a baddie, even if she wanted to be one.
Yeah, she's just so cool that even if she were to have the bad guy role, she'd just still be so cool. You'd be like, I don't care, she's cool.
Yeah. In any case, and I think she's not wrestling anymore, but Ronda Rousey. I mean, her theme song obviously is like when she comes in, that's just like it creates a nice vibe, and it gets you excited.
Start dancing.
It gets you going. I don't know if you guys remember, she actually took on Triple H in a match, and
that was pretty epic.
And she almost destroyed him. She picked him up, and she actually,
which I am very envious of. I mean
to pick Triple H up, and she's not to say that she's small, but she picked him up, and she coming from an MMA background, she's quite an amazing fighter, and she knows how to do the moves safely and all that. So she's, in that sense, she's amazing. And one of the last ones on my list is the Queen, Charlotte Flair.
You can't leave out the Queen.
No, you can't forget about the Queen. I mean, I must say she's got one of the amazing smiles. No, she take it from the wrestling part. She's got an amazing smile, but also she's also very athletic. She's tall. She can run. Don't forget about the flips she can do. She can do kip ups. She can do handsprings and all that. Just an amazing wrestler, in my personal opinion, coming from a father, Ric Flair. So she's got that legacy going for her there.
And also, just to add, she has an amazing work ethic. If you follow her on social media, she's working out almost every single day, which is just so inspiring. So great work ethic as
it's
well.
not always easy to, even if you're like a professional wrestler and it's your job, it's not always easy to go to the gym and, exercise,
So
to get better.
very inspirational. Yeah, that's a pretty good list. I think that is a brilliant list. And now my list kind of feels, but okay, my list is still good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so just putting it out there. So once again, we actually have something in common because I had to put Bayley on my list. I mean, when she was huggable, she was cool. When she went to the dark side, she just exploded. It was awesome, and I love watching her. Like you said, her promos, her attitude. It's just, even if she's technically the bad guy, you can't hate her because she's just, she's so cool. And her wrestling abilities, obviously amazing what she does, and she's very fit, she's very trained, and Bayley. I don't have to say more. I say Bayley and you know what I mean, okay? So that is obviously one of my favorites.
Role model.
100%. Then my second one, I know she's technically not back on screens yet because she just had a baby, but Vicky Lynch. And the reason for that is kind of how she went from the Irish lass kicker to the man in one career. That was pretty amazing, and she has a really versatile wrestling style where she can do a lot of different things. She has the submissions as well that she does, and just coming from NXT and winning the titles that she won, at one point having both belts. I mean, Becky 2 belts, we can forget about that. She really grew into herself, and that is kind of what's really inspiring about her for me. Then,
and don't forget she's Irish.
Oh, you can't forget the Irish part. You can't.
You can't miss it.
Then my third one is actually a female from AEW, but she originates from Japan, Hikaru Shira. I think she's currently still the AEW Women's Champion, if I'm not mistaken. But her wrestling style, once again, is amazing. She is a little smaller. She is a smaller athlete, but she goes up against women who are taller than her, maybe even stronger than her, and really holds her own. And she has a really unique style coming from the Japan background. They just have a different wrestling style that's so much fun to watch, and I really enjoy watching her. And she doesn't give up. I watched the one match she had with, I think it was Britt Baker or someone, and they were like just in each other's faces. I think Britt was bleeding at one point, but they didn't stop. It was so much fun to watch. So really grit and just that fighting style that she brings from Japan is really cool. Then this one, actually, she's on Impact. There are rumors that she may be joining AEW, I'm not sure, but I saw her on Impact. Tessa Blanchard, obviously her dad was part of the Four Horsemen back in the day. She is insane, but in the best way possible. Like on Impact, she actually had a title match against a man, and she really held her own. She was just epic. Okay, her fighting style, she doesn't back down. She's not scared of anything. She's not scared of a challenge. She just goes in, fights, and she doesn't care who's in the ring. If it's the smallest person or the biggest person, she just goes, and that is what I really like. But she's not scared of anything. It's kind of a great thing to see. She can be fearless, you can be fearless, okay? Obviously, she is a lot stronger, but still, that is. And then, like I said, when he mentioned Rey Mysterio, us short people have to represent, so I had to put Alexa Bliss on this list, and that almost rhymed. I am aware.
Almost.
But she is short, she is shorter than I am, which, I mean, okay, cool, but coming from when she started to where she is now, once again, she's just evolving, and her wrestling style as well. She also has that high flying ability, kind of, because she's smaller. She can fly through the air, but she still makes a really big impact. And I just feel like the role she has now about this creepy little, she does it really, really well. So I had to put her on the list, not just because she's short, but because she's actually an amazing wrestler as well. So that is my list of the top 5 females. And I don't know if you have anything else to add.
No, I've heard you. No, I just want to say, you mentioned like the Japan wrestlers, and there's a lot of good Japan wrestlers in all wrestling in America. Like you have Asuka, you have AJ, you've got AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura and all. So you can really see Japan is really a good option. You know, they very talented and
they learn a lot there.
yeah.
Because they take it like an art form, and they feel like they need to pass it on to. So the things they learn from older generations who've been passing this on for a very long time, which is what makes it so much fun to watch.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, well, that is our favorite wrestlers at the moment. It is subject to change, I'm pretty sure. I
was about to say the same thing.
So let's see, maybe depending on who wins the AEW championship on the 7th of March, my list will change, but I think Jon Moxley will probably stay at the top. But yeah, I really had fun making this one. It's a little bit different. It's more of the entertainment world, not just the movie world, and we had a lot of fun making this. So but if you
I guess movies can also be entertainment, you know. So if you want to say it's like an entertainment genre, so
yeah. So I'm gonna put this into the entertainment genre. Okay, it's Entertainment Tuesdays, but I'm not changing the name of the playlist. But okay. So if you liked this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. Comment your favorite wrestlers down below. You know, who do you like? Did we miss someone? Okay, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. We will see you next time.